Stop texting. I know someone is hearing this and they're already on the defense, but I will repeat it again. Stop, S-T-O-P, texting. Yes, I am serious. Now, before you get too upset because you're a texter and you love texting, I don't mean it literally. I am saying to stop texting for your protection, especially if you are an empathic person. Okay? So, here's where I will start. The narcissists of this world, they love online dating. They love texting. So, if you can stop doing what the narcissist loves, Mr. Empath, Mrs. Empath, Miss Empath, ladies and gentlemen, if you can stop doing the same things that the narcissist is doing, you can protect yourself. I'm speaking from experience here. Texting and the phone led me right into a narcissist's arms. Smack right into him. Okay? So, I do not duplicate anyone's work. So, the best information to learn about narcissism or narcissist personality disorder, you will need to go to two channels. One is called Knowing the Narcissist. And then it's HG Tutor. His channel is Knowing the Narcissist, but he also has a channel called The Ultra. And the gentleman's name is H as in Howard, G as in Go, Tutor, Tudor. He is a diagnosed narcissist himself, and he can explain to you what a lesser narcissist is and the different levels of that, and what a mid-range narcissist is. Okay, so he's the expert on that. Go to him for that. So if you want to learn about that first and then come back to this video, that may be a great idea. So when I use this term, lesser narcissist, mid-range narcissist, he also has a category for greater narcissist, but I'm mainly the most narcissists will be lesser or mid-range. So I'm gonna more touch on that. So HG Tutor uses a term called the lazy lesser and the minimal effort mid-ranger. So minimal effort, it does not take much effort to send a text. Okay? Lesser narcissists are lazy. So lesser narcissists and mid-range narcissists will most likely love to text. They will try to ensnare a lot of victims through texting. It worked on me. Okay. My ex-narcissist, he loved phone conversations with me. However, a lot of hoovering that he did during periods where we weren't in contact with one another and things like that, he did use the minimal effort, which was texting, to ensnare me right back in the cycle of narcissistic abuse. So, like I said, I don't mean it literally when I say stop texting, but texting originally, before I met this last narcissist, I only used texting for things like sending photos. Okay, if you have a boss that requires you to text when you start work in the morning, things like that. Use texting for professional reasons, not for personal relationships. So, a narcissist may meet you. I met a potential narcissist a couple weeks ago. The first red flag he said to me was, text me. Okay, so you will hear a lot of that. So you may say, okay, well, maybe this is not a narcissist. Let me text to find out and see how the engagement is. A narcissist will love to keep you right at the texting stage. They will not, a lot of them do not even want to talk on the phone, especially if they're trying to pick up secondary supply sources. You can go to HG Tutors, Knowing the Narcissist, or you can go to HG Tutors, the Ultra, and he can also explain what secondary sources of supply is. Basically, they trying to pick up a side chick. They have somebody primarily. So those lesser or mid-range narcissists will stay, in my opinion, what I've seen, they will keep you on the texting level. So if you stop texting, this video is not about online dating. Go to HG Tutor page and he will talk to you about online dating. He's going to recommend why not to do it and more detailed information on why not to do it. I have not done online dating. I have taken his advice. I'm not just listening to videos and not taking the advice. There's also other YouTubers that will explain why not to do online dating. So, I'm primarily speaking about not texting. However, the phone in general, when it comes to empaths and narcissists, is very toxic. The narcissist will use phone conversations to make spiteful, vengeful statements, no matter their age. The narcissist could be middle-aged, a young adult, older person. They could be an aging narcissist. An aging narcissist will also use especially lengthy phone conversations to make abusive statements, devaluing statements, degrading you, all built in with them, especially the aging narcissist. My ex-narcissist was what I would consider an aging narcissist. So he used that texting also. Another reason to stop texting, you're not a robot, and so you don't want to participate in robotic energy. Like, for example, the good morning text, the favorite lesser and mid-range text, good morning. They can send that text to 20 people. Okay, it's easy. They can have 20 supplies, fuel sources, and send it to 20 people. My ex-narcissist, he was more personalized. He would mention my name and include my name in the text. And because he studied me, he knew that I liked that. You know what I mean? So text worked for a while. However, how I was able to grow as a woman and get on a better page with coming out of that situation, that was the first thing I had to change. I had to decide, when I'm dealing with the opposite sex or personal relationships, I am no longer a texter. Let's go back to the 1970s and 80s. How did you hook up with people in the 1970s and 80s? How did you meet new people? Was it through texting? No. So pretend like you are in that era. Now, I will use texting to send a photo or something, but I really don't need to do that. I have Facebook. So it's so easy for the empath or normal to become infatuated and become somewhat living in a fantasy world. It's like you go from, you really think you are in a real relationship. You are infatuated with these text messages that you're getting from the narcissist. You're also stagnant. You're stuck in a situation. If you ever want a husband, or if you ever want this to progress to something else, it never will. You're just going to be stuck at the texting level. The bottom line is narcissists love the phone. That is an easy tool for them to use. So, as I said earlier, I don't want to duplicate HG's information. He is the expert on that, so go to his channel. But what I want to do is come on YouTube and give you reasonable things that can better yourself so that you are not such a narcissist magnet. Stop texting. The same way you would go no contact with a narcissist to stop the abuse. Also, you can go to hgtutorsnarcsite.com, and there's a video I purchased because some of his information you do have to pay for, but it's very affordable. I mean, you get great videos for $5 or $10. So on one particular video, well, all of those videos, there's a copyright privilege thing on there. So I can't give you any of what's on there because I purchased it, but it's a video on 10 reasons to go no contact, something to that effect. And why you need to go no contact on his narc site, NARCSITE. So if you have any extra change on your credit card, please go there and check out that video, because that video really helped me understand why you should be in no contact. I mean, I've went no contact with narcissists in the past, even before they were really using that word or I ever heard of it. So in some situations, the energy just ain't right. The energy isn't right. So you just go no contact. But I promise you, empaths and normals, stop texting these people. Use your texting. I'm not talking about commenting on YouTube videos. I'm not talking about messaging people through your messenger app with Facebook. I'm talking about the phone and text messages, where you're in your text messages in that iPhone or that Android, and you're texting somebody good morning. Another reason to stop texting: make yourself valuable enough that a good morning, remember when you were a little girl or boy and somebody said good morning? Or even if nobody ever said it to you, learn to say it. Start using it yourself. I mean, if nobody ever said good morning to you, you don't have to necessarily repeat what you were taught if nobody interacted with you. I'm not going to assume everybody had somebody say good morning to them. But another reason to stop texting is you are too valuable for somebody not to hear your voice. If somebody really cares about you, especially a man or a woman, for gentlemen, if it's a lady interacting with you, and for ladies, if it's a gentleman interacting with you, if they're really interested, don't you want to hear that person's voice? Don't you? Stop texting and you will be on the road to success. I stopped texting I let my ex narcissist go. I went complete no contact along with other narcissistic people. And I finally started my YouTube channel. Get out of the fantasy world of texting. It works. I've been doing this consistently, I would say 6 months. Stop texting. Trust me, it works. You're valuable. I hope this helps somebody. I hope I didn't come off like I'm being too hard on you. It's just at some point you got to look at the little details. What are you doing to attract these people? If you are a texter and you just love to text, you're going to meet a lot of lesser and mid-range narcissists that feed off you. And you want to stop that, don't you? If you're an empath, you're compatible with another empath or normal. You don't want to be with no abuser. You don't want to attract any more abusers. You don't want a relationship where it's so great in the beginning, but next thing you know, you realize you got this spiteful narcissist that every time you turn around, they got some degrading and abusive to say. You don't want that. Stop texting. It works. Bye.